Hello, Lefty Wannabes, and welcome to my channel, Right Left Hand. It is day 356. Let's get started. We are still in week 51, so we will continue writing the date, the day, the sentence, both upper and lowercase 2 times, the quote, both upper and lowercase 2 times, increasing numbers and symbols. And the sentence is, the 5 boxing wizards jump quickly. Again, we're writing that because it's a pangram containing all the letters of the alphabet, and we want to practice those letters in a variety of ways. And the quote is, "The virtue of justice consists in moderation, as regulated by wisdom," by Aristotle. Let's go ahead and get started. As per usual, we're going to write the day over in the left-hand margin. Day 356 is December 22nd. I was finally able to fit it on there. December 22nd, 2017, and it is Friday. And yes, 3 days until Christmas, so looking forward to that. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our first sentence. So it is, the 5 boxing wizards jump quickly. And just one more day of this sentence, and then we'll move on to a new one. So go ahead and knock it out. So let it be written. So let it be done. And yeah. Sometimes it's weird to think that some of these sentences are pangrams just because they're pretty short in comparison to some of the sentences I've previously written. I don't know why it's so hard for me to speak today or enunciate well. But yeah, it's good to see that we can, get these out and practice and make sure that we're getting the skill set that we need, even though there's not a lot of, letters to practice. There's only 26, and yeah, there's some repeats in here as far as letters go. But still, I think it's a pretty good exercise to keep on doing all these different pangrams. Even though some of them might be simple and I've repeated some in the past, I still think they're good. I mean, I have been doing it for a year or more like half a year now, but I think it looks pretty good. All right, we'll go ahead and finish up on the all caps. So just finish that up real quick. Then we'll move on to the quote. And I think the quote might be a little bit longer today, so we'll see about that when we get there. I tell myself not to make a conclusion or like a statement about the quote until I get to it, but I can't help it, I always do. So anyways, the quote is, "The virtue of justice consists in moderation, as regulated by wisdom," by Aristotle. So go ahead and write that in lowercase first. And we have had a quote like this before. So, sometimes it's different translations or something that alters it slightly in the wording. So yeah, just thought this might be a good one to do because he talks about virtues again. Earlier, I guess it was last week now though, we were talking about the youth. Then yesterday talking about like the Plato and what he thought about Plato and stuff like that. So now we're talking about virtues again. And it looks like this is a bit of a longer quote, but that's okay. We've got time for it and hopefully enough ink, but I'm realizing that this pen might be out of ink soon. Hopefully I can get through the rest of the year, but after this video I better find a backup pen so that I can get through the rest of the year. But anyways, going back to this sentence, so the virtue of justice consists in moderation as regulated by wisdom. So, justice is giving due, or returning what is due, something along that line. So I think that's why it kind of makes sense here that moderation is brought up, because let's say somebody hits their sibling or something like that, and the appropriate response could be to hit them back, but once, not 12 times, So that's where I think the moderation comes, and then obviously wisdom. So, yeah. But, maybe that's not the right way to think of it, but I think, hopefully most people would agree that you're not just gonna be arbitrary in the way you deal with others. Hopefully, when you try to, dole out justice, that it's not inconsistent, that it's not slanted or harmful to others. So that's just one way to think about it, is in terms of moderation regulated by wisdom. So, make smart decisions about the nature of, the terms of justice, you could say. So, something like that, if that's how you'd like to word it. So, yeah. Again, Aristotle. And now we'll finish up with all caps. I'm going to go ahead and move this so that you can see the rest of the work later, and that it's not uncomfortable for you to see it as I get to the bottom of the page. And yeah, I'm getting more worried about this pen as the letters pass, so I better find another pen. Although I did have another pen that I had been using, but then I switched to this one, so I just need to find that other pen, I guess. And then I won't have to worry. Yep, no worries at all. And, this is justice, and that I'm giving this pen all the opportunities to write for me, to give me some, ink, and perform the task I desire to perform, which is writing with my left hand, and it allows me to do it. All right, we'll go ahead and move on to the numbers. We left off on 2,700 last time, so we'll go 2,700 all the way up to 2,720. So, yeah. I was going to say, wow, I haven't done the 700s in a long time. And well, technically, yes, that is true. I haven't done the 800s in a long time either. Or by the time I get to the 500s, I won't have done those in a long time either. So, oh well, I said it anyways when I thought I wasn't going to, so whatever. All right, move on to the second decade. This time, I actually, didn't squish my numbers too much, so I think it looks pretty good this way. All laid out nicely. Plenty of space to read it all. So, we'll see how it goes. Now, 2,720. All right, and now we'll finish up with the symbols. And then we will call it a day. Kind of like how we called yesterday a day. Or we call it yesterday now, but whatever. I think you get my point. Parentheses. All right, all these mathematical functions. Equal sign. Greater than, less than. And now the punctuation to cap it off. All right, there you have it. Day 356. Thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow and every day to practice with me. Alrighty, goodbye.